Hello everyone. I know it has been quite some time since I've last uploaded, as it's once in a blue moon that I upload. It's honestly due to the lack of ideas and motivation, but there has been something on my mind that isn't being talked about enough, and I thought this would be the perfect time to talk about it. And what I'm referring to is the Five Nights at Freddy's 3 movie. Now, before we start, I just want to say that there is a hidden code in this video that once found will reward you with a $25 gift card of your choosing. Yes, you. But there's only one, and whoever is the first to find it, comment below with the card of your choosing and DM me on my Instagram at DominusAstoris so we can work it out on getting you that card. Alright, let's move on. From what we know from the second movie, Michael broke up with Vanessa got possessed by the puppet, Michael Afton escaped, Henry was getting harassed by his daughter in the end credits, and Springtrap was to be teased at the end, ready to collect more bodies to study on. Now, as to what Scott has to work with here, there is an endless amount of possibilities as to what the GOAT himself can cook up. But it has to be done carefully, and I'm pretty sure everyone and their pet hamster is praying Scott and his writers don't screw this up, as the first movie itself wasn't actually that bad, with decent writing and a solid introduction as to who William was, and him carrying out the Yellow Rabbit scenes. But the second movie was filled with random jump scares, a side plot for Fast Fest with Michael that honestly didn't make any sense, let's be real here, and more that I can talk about, but I'm not here to slander the movie. It was still enjoyable. As for William, we didn't get much time as we hoped for him, as he only appeared for 3 to 4 minutes max in the movie. But Lillard still killed it as always with the time that he got. But while we're on the talk with William now, let's go on ahead and dive into the big bad himself of the third film, Springtrap. Springtrap is probably one of the most favorite slasher villains of all time, as his reputation is something not to be played with. He is a 6'5", 900-pound murderous demon who walks sugar honey iced tea down with no hesitation. Fueled with agony, remnant, and a bloodthirsty fetish for murder, he can and will probably break a body in two and look at you knowing you can't do shit about
Okay, we are cooked.
it. This is the best thing that could honestly ever happen to our favorite mentally insane murderous rabbit. We finally get to see him live action, get down and gritty with it, watch him generate aura, and take on Michael Schmidt in the upcoming movie. Something we have never seen in all of movie history, and that's why I wanted to bring this up in the first place. We've seen other slashers like Jason, Chucky, Ghostface, etc., but as for Springtrap, he hasn't had his chance to shine just yet. We've only seen him in games or animation, not on screen, and this is what makes it a heavy deal. With that being in mind, Scott decided to hire writers for the third film. As there were writers in the first movie, there wasn't in the second. It was just him. And I feel like just a single writer isn't enough for a 3-set film for the Fnaf franchise. Not to slander him at all, because keep in mind, he's putting on the pants of a leader, listening to his audience, and locking in on this movie for the greater good, which is what a great writer could do, meaning that more thought could be carried out into how they can improve this movie and the plot and give Springtrap the spotlight he actually deserves. Moving on, let's talk about the rating for this movie.
That's what I needed! I thought I told you to shut up!
The rating. The very thing that will either make or break the limit of this movie. We've had PG-13 ratings for the previous two movies, as the fan base in general is a wide nation of pretty much every other person. Kids, adults, teens, and gooners. Scott wanted it to be fair for his entire audience to make both the movies PG-13, as minor blood was shown in both films, off-screen kills, and mild language.
Motherfucker, he killed him.
But what about the third film? Well, nobody knows, because both the films had a PG rating of 13, working with what they had, but the third game is about a man trapped in an animatronic suit with metal replacing his bones and with his guts out with murderous intentions to give you a VIP seat ticket to one of Michael Jackson's concerts. What most of us are praying for though is that this movie gets past the PG-13 rating in a new direction into the R-rated genre. Because how can they make this film PG-13 friendly without spilling some blood? It's Springtrap we're talking about here. Unless they decide to hide his insides with perfect editing effects and off-screen kills, there's no way they won't make it R-rated. And it's also the fact that we all really want to see this movie taken seriously, as the second movie was as this is the one chance we have at seeing Afton walk it down and the story to take its dark direction. The thing with R-rated films though, is that sometimes it's okay for a younger audience to see such films, as long as the parent is cool with it. I mean, it's 2026, we're getting old. Not to say that the film will be R-rated, but we can hope to see if Scott will make that final decision for this movie to be at an all-time peak with it being rated R, or to at least continue with the PG-13 ratings as usual. And if that's the case, then let him cook, because he's got pressure on him, and if you know anything about pressure, it makes diamonds. With that being said now, let's move on to our next part of this video, which is the plot.
I don't understand. I don't know what's going on here. It's lost the plot. It's completely lost the plot.
The plot. It's the very thing that will be keeping this movie intact. Initially, for our base idea of the plot, it'll follow the third game, with the main location for this film being at Fazbear's Fright, the horror attraction, as we could expect some heavy scenery to be taking place here. We also have to remember that Vanessa got possessed by Charlotte, and Michael escaping the scene. In the second movie, Michael was rage-baiting the hell out of Charlotte and trying to influence Vanessa to scheme and make a master plan of dominating the streets with his animatronic friends. With her being possessed though, will she follow in his footsteps, or will she follow William and try to jump Michael Schmidt and kill Henry? That's what Scott needs to work on, as well as the plot for Garrett, cause what about him? There's really a lot to unpack here, as the plot could go either way. While we're at it, let's also talk about the characters' aging and timing for a second. Like, how old is Michael and Abby gonna be in this movie? Because William needed time to wither away and collect dust to build up for this movie in the first place. In the games, he was held prisoner for 30 years, suffering and tweaking out inside of a furry costume. Will everyone in this entire movie be aged up a notch? Or is everyone still gonna be looking the same? Well, I highly doubt it, because Abby grew up in the second film with noticeable change, as she could probably be a teen or a young adult in this film, because it wouldn't make sense to keep Abby as a child in the third film since years has passed for the attraction to be made. And as for Michael, his character will more than likely stay the same, as well for every other character in the previous film. Now, one thing that must be carried out in this movie is how the fire will break out, as the horror attraction got shut down due to the fire to begin with. But we all know that Springtrap isn't so easily taken down and actually survives the fire. There's a lot of ways that Scott can make this fire problem start, as it could be gas leaks, Michael often setting fire to the building, or Mike, Henry, or Mike's fight against William to cause the fire, or anything else really. It's one of the biggest themes for this film, and I'm pretty sure the cause of it will be pretty reasonable. But will they kill off the Springy Boy in this third film, or will he come back like he always does? That's to be determined. As the second game, the player got fired for tampering with the animatronics and odor, but in the movie, they pulled a We Are Fnaf Avengers Endgame sequence and got the old animatronics to tear apart the newer models. So because of that, don't have high expectations for a perfect ending in mind for the third film, as Scott can change anything up as he pleases. With the plot out of the way, let's get into the final part of this video, which is the kills and the announcement of the third film.
You're in trouble.
Are you challenging me?
Oh, too late.
Let's start with the kills first. No doubt about it, Springtrap will be catching bodies in this movie, and I'm so pumped for it. Everyone wants to see how will William body slam and punch holes through people on a random Tuesday afternoon. Because once again, he's fueled with remnant and agony, giving him enhanced supernatural strength and durability with city block level scaling.
Damn.
I'm not a power scaler, I'm just saying that he's going to be an issue in this movie. Good luck, Mike. Now, how will he be thrown down, you ask? Well, from the first film, he easily overpowered Mike, kicking him and pushing him around like a high school bully just with his spring bodysuit on. Now, with him being resurrected, he could possibly have a weapon, using a classic killer knife or axe and objects, or using his bare hands to pummel anyone who dares look at him funny. This could go two ways though. Either the R rating for it will allow these kills to be possible, or a PG-13 rating will make all the kills heavily censored and carefully thought out, which I hope isn't the case, but we'll see. Will we still get to see Springtrap overpower his victims? Absolutely. We just don't know if it's guaranteed that it will be gruesome and gory. Let's hope for that change in the meantime though. Moving on to the announcement, Comic-Con is to be later on, possibly this month or in this upcoming summer. With there being a possibility of a teaser for the third film, maybe a poster, official confirmation it's in the works, or whatever the case may be. Matthew Lillard had already signed a 3-set film deal from the start. with him really excited to be talking about it, there's no doubt about it that we will be seeing more of the psychopathic killer later next year, with possible filming dates starting later on this year, maybe in October with the leaks that's been going around, and with Scott and his writers already at work as we speak. I can tell Scott really wants to do this film justice, so prayers to the man. And hopefully in this movie we also get flashbacks as to both William and Henry's past as to what led them to go their separate ways. I mean, it's pretty obvious that Henry knew William was the murderer and probably didn't want to be around him, knowing that he had the urge to touch kids and throw them into the very animatronics he created. He should have built his own little suit and got back at William for taking his daughter's life, in my opinion. I'd be damned if someone were to take my daughter's life and they get to continue on with their life like nothing happened. I'm taking you out back and I'm putting you down like old Yeller. That's just me though. But I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video. It took a lot of time and effort as I don't really make videos like this, but I had to bring this up because I don't see enough hype for this film, as it has the potential to be one of the greatest horror films of all time. Literally no joke. And I really enjoyed making this video, but it cost me my life expectancy. And if you want to see more maybe like this in the future, don't hesitate to like and subscribe, as it helps me and the algorithm, and it means a lot more to me than you could ever know. So brush your teeth till your toothpaste is all gone, stay safe, and I'll see you next time, if there even is one anyway.